Dad, it's me.
You're now listening to Can We Talk on the Foul Mouths Network.
Serious fuckery.
Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me.
Yo. What is up, fuckers? Live on a Thursday night. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Oh, yeah. We got Mr. Johnny Ray Sinister.
I'm ready to go burn down a Target.
Oh, my God, yeah. Well, if you haven't seen, Targets are in trouble throughout the U.S. right now. Man, a lot of fucking fucked up footage coming out of Target area and all that shit. And, we're going to be talking about that tonight and a bunch of other shit. What is going on, everybody, on a Thursday fucking night on a Can We Talk?
What up, what up, what up?
So, yeah, man, the looting and rioting still going on over there. And it's crazy, man. A lot of footages coming out of there and a lot of shit that's fucked up right now going on over there. And a big shout out to Minnesota Vikings fan. He actually got real live footage on his channel. If you want to see it, go over and check it out. It's like actual fucking real footage of the shit burning down and shit, it's crazy, man, to be in the middle of that shit. So props to him for actually going over there and getting that footage.
He got the raw footages.
Yeah, he got the raw footages like Tommy did a year ago. But yeah, he got that shit. So props to him, man. And some interesting shit over there. So kudos to him on that. Yeah, so it's a lot of fucking rioting and shit going on over there, and it's fucking. I saw, like we said before, we were just on the Foul Mouths pre-show. Shout out to the Patreon, and we were talking about how. Like, it's every kind of ethnic person there stealing shit out of this place. There's white, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican, you name it. It's there robbing shit out of this place, out of the Target.
All in the name of justice.
All in the name of justice, yeah, exactly. So they're basically, running out with TVs and all this shit in the name of justice, in the name of, we want justice, man. We want, justice for this person. And what happened. Now, I can understand people want justice and shit, but it's like, this is obviously not the right way of going about it, and it's just fucked up, the footages that we're seeing out of there. It's just crazy shit.
Well, I don't think there's anybody that can disagree that what the guy did was a piece of shit fucking deal, and he deserves to fry for what he did.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
There's no debating that. But carrying out a 70-inch 4K TV because you're pissed off,
I know.
Is not going to bring any sense of justice. And, this is my thing. all it does is hurt the message.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
It
does.
diminishes it altogether to me.
Yeah, it does. You're right, man. It does, man. I seen people walking out with like fucking, fucking tons of shit in their carriage, man. Like crazy amount of shit, bro. It was like fucking.
$500.
Yeah, about $500 worth of shit.
$500.
Worth of shit, and yeah, it was like people were fucking. It's like all in the name of this shit that went down over there. And it's like these people, they make a living in this place. They fucking go there and they make a living in this place, and it's like now you. And I can't believe like shit got like this where there's no cops, there's no like what happens in a situation like this? The cops just say fuck it, we're not gonna do anything about it. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah,
Shannon I'm sorry, but Shannon is currently right now in the living room with me, and she's building our kid's dresser in the background. So if you hear screwing and cursing and fucking that, she's trying to build this fucking dresser in the background right now. No, you are doing good. You're almost about like 4 hours away. These things are insane. You get like a dresser delivered to your house, it's like good fucking luck putting that shit together. Crazy amount of shit. Crazy amount. I don't know how the fuck they expect people to. Jesus, man.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
But yeah, man. So they also had that rocket launch that was supposed to go off yesterday, I guess, and they had to cancel that. And they're doing that on Saturday. But I definitely want to watch that shit. I was sitting here getting ready to watch it on Fox, and they were going to show the whole thing, and they canceled it literally in the last 10 minutes.
Huh?
It sucked.
Isn't this like the first time they're sending like people into space in like 10 years or something?
Yes, this is the first time that like Elon Musk is like has anything to do with it. Like he's always put like cargo and shit like that up there. They've never really, I don't think, put people up there. So and you know what, dude? What the crazy thing is, the hangar that they're doing this from is the hangar where they put the guys on it to go to the moon. And yeah, it was up for lease. That area was up for lease, and Eli Manning. What the fuck am I saying? Elon Musk is the guy who won the bid on getting that area to use. So, and they thought it was symbolic. They did it for that reason, like because that was where they sent the first men to the moon.
Right.
So so that was symbolic and shit. And they're scheduled to do it this Saturday. So that'll be all over TV on Saturday. I'm sure you won't miss it if you put on the TV. It'll be everywhere. But yeah, it's apparently it's his first time really launching humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's about fucking time. I mean,
yeah, and it's a commercial. It's a commercial venture with NASA. So it's like a joint mission. It's with NASA astronauts, but it's a private company owned by Elon Musk. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a strange situation, but it's pretty cool.
Do you think he's actually going to move from California?
Kiss me on the mouth, come on.
No. What do you mean? Like, what was he planning on doing?
Well, like he was sitting there saying I can't remember if it was like a couple weeks ago or something, but he was with all the COVID shit going on.
Yeah.
And he like basically threatened like, look, if you ain't gonna let me open up, I'm just gonna move.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's moving anywhere. I don't think he's going nowhere. Yeah, I don't think he's going nowhere.
Oh well. For justice.
I could just see what 20 years from now would be with him. Like what would be going on with that? Like what he's doing 20 years from now. Because this could be like the beginning of them like starting to go back to the moon and shit.
Right. Yeah, well, like in two, they've been talking about going to Mars for God knows how long.
FMN Creative.
Oh, it's always on my mind.
Let's see what this guy say.
They caught me. King, it's Kane. King, it's Kane. It's Kane.
Biscayne.
Terrible bull.
Giuseppe from Creative here.
Giuseppe.
They called us the minor leagues. That we were mooching from the big boys. No, signore, signore. We are the big boys now. The foul era has arrived. You want a war? We'll give you one.
Oh, shit.
Say hello to guys up papa.
Oh, damn.
Goddamn. Listen, there's no wars. There's no fucking fighting. It is what it is. Whatever. People want to bitch out and complain. Let them bitch out and complain. I'm not going to be worried about it. Just going to do my thing. You know, I was talking about it a little bit on the Patreon show, and I found out some other shit after I did the live stream today about what's really going on and what really happened. And the bottom line is, without getting into details on who told me and who said what, I'll get into it right after this.
It's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What up, 6?
They come in with their guns drawn and shoot it unarmed black man. You white bitch. I ain't with no more white bitches. No more.
You went after my sponsors.
Six, what up, man? Thank you, brother. So like I was saying, I found out some shit after I did the live stream today, and I'm not going to get into throwing people under the bus and shit. And I'm sure this person would probably tell you guys all about it when they come on to the show, which they probably will. I found out that, no, there was no show done 2 days ago. That simply there was just a question asked, like, hey, do you want to do this with me? So realistically, the person went on to Twitter and said what they said without even doing a show with this person or even confirming that they were going to do a show with this person. So in reality, I confirmed that I'm doing a show with this person and I announced it, but I'm the one getting bitched out for copying people, right?
Yeah.
So in reality, I'm not, you know, so whatever. I really don't care either way. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. If Famous B would love to collaborate with me, man, I'd love to do it with him, and I spoke with him and he wants to do it, and we're going to be doing a show Sundays on the Patreon, me and him and maybe Gorilla Strong, and we're going to be doing like a retro type show, and like we're going to be able to drop fucking promos. We're going to be dropping promos on each other and shit like that. So if you're in the Famous B and dropping promos and that whole thing, it's going to be pretty cool because we're going to drop like a promo on each other every episode or something like that, and we're going to get together this weekend. And record. So we'll see where it goes and how it is, but look for that soon on the Patreon. So either way, it's going to happen. And, you know, he's down with it. So as long as he's down, that's cool.
People be looking forward to that shit, man, because like we touched on the
I like hearing Famous B's stories and shit with the wrestling and, like, you know, what he went through and shit. And, like, you know, not only that, but, you know, and it's not only going to be that type of shit. Like, we want to talk about retro gaming and movies and, like, you know, just fucking fun shit. Fun shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's like, it is, you know, you guys know the deal, man. Like I said before, everybody knows everybody here. The new people to the community, maybe they don't know about everybody and how things are, but everybody who's been here for a couple of months, couple of years, everybody knows who's who and who's capable of what and who's doing what. So you know what? There's no reason to get crazy and start defending myself and doing all this crazy shit and going after people. You guys know the deal. You know what the deal is. I'm sure you guys can make up your own mind on what's what. So that's all I'm going to address of that, and done with the drama, done with the bullshit. Had enough of it. The last 2 weeks have been so drama-filled, it's not even fucking funny. I had no issue for the last, like, couple of months. Like, only issue with Scott. And who doesn't get an issue with him? You know what I mean? Everybody does once in a while or twice in a while. But I've had no issue. You know what I mean? Everything was cool. There was no games being played. There was no fucking... And then all of a sudden, there's all kinds of shit going on. And I'm not sticking it all on one person. I'm just saying it is what it is. And I can see it's time for me to just shut the fuck up and go play in my own area again.
Right.
You know? Time for me to go to my own area in the schoolyard again. I tried to go into the main schoolyard and play ball and play dodgeball with everybody, but it's not happening. So I'm going to go over there in the corner and play with just my friends and what we do.
Well, and to be fair, a lot of the core people that are involved, that mainly support you, I mean, they like staying in that part of the yard or two. They don't even go into the main yard anymore.
Yeah,
Do you have any with
You know-
like a nice thick ass.
There you go, Shannon. I noticed that too. Like I've been saying this lately on the show and shit. Like I was like, I hear like smaller channels, right? A couple of hundred subs to them asking, hey, who out there is diehard for us? Like who out there loves what we do and who's the diehard will follow us no matter who we're collaborating with, no matter who accuses us of what, you'll be there supporting us no matter what. And I saw these people coming out and saying, hey, I'm one of those people on other channels. And I said, I never really asked that question before, like who's the I know that we have diehard people that are like supporters and fucking love the show and love what goes on and all that. And I have been here from day one and will continue to be here. I know who those people are, but I knew there was like more people out there that haven't come forward and haven't said shit like that,
Everything's on a fucking
Don't listen to the haters.
No, you're right, man. And like, I hate fucking being in this mood like I was today, waking up and seeing shit like that. At first, I thought, man, what are the coincidence of me coming up with something at the same exact time as him? Like, what are the coincidences behind that?
Right.
But then when I heard all the details, and I'll say this right after this because we got a donation coming in from Donald Trump. So hold on one second.
It's Kane. Terrible bowl.
Hello, my fellow Americans. We are planning to ship Tommy on the first trip to Plant Uranus with a pocket full of quarters and the smell of MS Deba pussy in Tommy's space suit. God bless America.
Oh,
my God.
no.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Already.
Holy fuck, bro. That was crazy, dude. Yeah.
And who might you be, you little fucking fish bastard?
Yo, man, that was fucking great. So I was saying, I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, shit.
I don't even remember. Let me see. I like going back and replaying. Let me see what they were saying. Hold on here. I gotta continue saying what I was. Hold on. Where the fuck is it? All right. Yeah, I can't do it. Hold on.
Oh, talking about the people that you didn't know were diehard.
Yes, right. So, thank you, man. So yeah, so I just asked that question, and a lot of was that it? What I was saying? I don't know. Let me hear this. Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's go back to the instant replay here. Hold on.
You little fucking fish bastard.
Hold on here. Shit like that. Those people on other channels. And I said, I never really asked that question before. Yeah, like, it was that, right? I know that we have diehard people that are like... Yeah, so I reached out on the Patreon and said, hey, if you want... I know some people don't speak up and they don't want to... They're like, just whatever. I just want to watch and enjoy it. I don't want to get involved. And I understand that. So I was like, if you want to speak up and tell me, like, if you are or not, like, let me know, like, who's who. And man, a lot of fucking people sent me messages that were like, yo, listen, honestly, I found you from this person. I didn't even find you from Cronin. Or I've been watching you from day one. I'm not even over there. I haven't been over there in 3 years. I don't know why people are like, saying this or that, or, so it's like most of the people, like you said, that are here, a majority of them are cool with all sides. Right. You know what I mean? They're cool with all sides. They have no beef with one person or the other, and they can watch every show here on the community, and they don't have a problem with anything. They're not like, and nor should they. Like, what's the problem? You just watch and have fun. You know what I mean? But when you start saying, hey, I saw you in this chat, or I saw you in that chat, why are you in this chat, or why are you in that chat? Like, why are you collaborating with this person, or why are you talking to that person? That shit is fucking so lame. And it's so played out.
Cares?
It's so played out at this point. It's like, come on now, man. It's so played out at this point. Come on. Like, we got 2,000 subs here, maybe close to 2,500 or whatever it may be. It's a small speck in the fucking big picture, right? So whatever piece of the pie that I've earned, can I earn that and just do what I do without being questioned or made to look like some kind of copycat asshole? You know, can't I just do my own thing? You know, like
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
go
it's
around
fucking-
keeping track of shit. I don't have a fucking, you know, I don't have a memo come to me every week. You know, like I said earlier today. So it's like, what do you want from me, man? I don't pay attention to what's going on Twitter, really. Like the bullshit. Like I don't check in and say, okay, what's this person saying this week? Let me make sure everything's cool. Let me make sure I'm not saying this or I'm not doing that. Or what's this person planning for this week so I don't plan the same thing? And I thought it was really crazy that I thought of the same exact thing the same week. And I said, man, what are the coincidences of me this popping into my head and saying, hey, why don't you ask Famous B to do something because you guys have been talking about it for the longest time. And,
Right.
and I said, wow, that's what a coincidence that is that pops into my mind the same week or 2 days later after they did a show together. And then I come to find out there was no show made. It was just him asking him to do it. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's weird, man.
Cops called on.
Yeah. He was right. JB was right, man.
Fucking arrest me.
JB was fucking right. He was.
Baby, they keep coming with
He
their
was.
guns drawn and shooting
I could admit it. I could admit it because, you know, like, it is what it is. Like, and you know what? I knew he was right. I was hoping he wasn't, and I was desperately trying to make sure he wasn't right.
JB was right. You
Yeah.
guys didn't last 3
We didn't.
weeks.
We didn't. You're right. You're right, man. He was right. He was right, but I was desperately trying to make sure he wasn't right, and I was doing, you know, I thought I was doing all the right things, but if I do little things like, hey, I'm going to collaborate with this guy, or I make prank phone calls, or I say this or that, it gets him so mad that now he doesn't want to do shit with me ever again, and it's like, what am I supposed to do, sit there and apologize for me being me and doing what I'm doing? No, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? And what am I going to do? Sit there and I have to prove every time I get accused of stealing something that I'm not stealing it? Like anybody who heard me can tell there's no way in hell that I heard he was doing this with him and I said, hey, I'm going to do the same shit.
Right.
Like, people who know me know that that's not my fucking focus. That's not how I am. That's not how I operate. I would much rather do something original and like what somebody else is not doing. Like I don't like putting the same people on that go on other shows. I think I've proven that too. Dr. Earl goes to every single show in the community, right? He's on every single show. Every single show he's on. Have you seen him much on my show? No, because I try to give a different look. I'm trying my best to give a different look, right? And I thought that was noticeable. But apparently to some people it's not. All right, and I thought that would prove like, hey, man, that guy's at least trying to fucking go against the grain with certain things. You know what I mean? But it didn't prove nothing to him because it's like the minute he hears I'm collaborating or doing something like that, everything's over. I'm not doing this shit. I'm never collaborating. Stop asking me to collaborate with people because I'm not doing it no more. It's fucking bullshit. And then when I speak to somebody that night or on the phone, it's, oh, man, I was just doing that to, like, bring, you know, blah, blah, blah to the show. Or I was just doing that to get, like, you know, people thinking or people. And I'm like, why? Why? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
Well, my question is, okay, so JB said that you guys wouldn't last 3 weeks. Why is that a dig?
He was right, though. And you know what?
It was right, but, like, that...
It was a little, listen, it was a little bit of
a...
Well, listen, it was a little bit of a dig at first. I took it as a little bit of a dig, and I commented on it because I said, when JB left and he came back, after, like, that whole thing with him sailing and all that shit, when he came back... It was like I didn't sit there and go, oh, I give you guys another fucking half a year and you'll be fucking gone again, JB. Or I didn't say like, oh, I give you guys 3 weeks and blah, blah, blah. You guys be. So I was like, why are you saying that when it comes down to me and him? Like, don't even comment on it. Just let us do whatever. You know what I mean? And so that's what I was saying. But you know what?
Right.
Regardless if he should have said it or shouldn't, doesn't matter. He was right. He was right. So the fact of the matter is he was right. And that's the way it is. He was right. So... It is what it is. And, like, you know, I hate harping on shit, and I hate talking about this, and I don't want to make it all about this. And I definitely am just so sick and fucking tired of dealing with it that I'm done. I'm just going to do whatever we do. That's it. I'm not going to be afraid to do things. You know, the sex phone calls that we made, they were great. We had so much fun. We laughed our asses off.
It was funny.
Right? But it was like I got told by handful of people that watch, like, oh, yeah, but that's his thing. And then I got told by even him, that's my thing, man. Like, what? Okay, so let me go stop my wife who's drunk. Let me go stop her and say, Shannon, no, you can't do this because this is Cronin's thing and we can't make sex calls on the show because it's Cronin's things. I know you're drunk right now and you want to have fun, but honey, we can't do it, honey. We're contractually, connected and, we can't do that because it's going to get him mad and then I'm not going to be able to work with him after that. And he's going to dangle that fucking, he's going to dangle that corrupted podcast, that podcast in front of our noses and that's what it was. It was dangled in front of us for a while. Like, fuck you then. You don't want to do it? I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I won't do it. I don't care. I don't need to do anything. That's what I've been saying to this guy from day one. But you know what? That's not even the issue. The issue was I'm being accused of copying and this and that. So whatever. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it no more. I'm not. I'm just going to do it.
I know you don't want to harp on it, but it's got to be fucking said, and it really does need to be said. Just because you do a stick that I guarantee you has been done 1,000 times before you, it's going to be done 1,000 times after you. Grow the fuck up. You don't own fucking YouTube. I'm sorry. You don't fucking own YouTube. And if you can't get that through your fucking skull, maybe you need to fucking leave. How about that?
Oh, shit.
How about fucking that? Because I am so sick of this shit. I have to fucking, for the past fucking year, all we have fucking heard, I did this. These are my people. No, they're not your fucking people. They're not, you didn't fucking start nothing. Okay? Because realistically, you got popular because JD, a bunch of us came from JD. You want to get about real? Oh, motherfucker, let's talk real. Because a lot of us came from fucking JD. And you know who you really should be getting on your fucking knees and fucking kissing ass is WWE. Because guess what? That's where everybody came from, you motherfucker. You didn't create shit.
Cronin wants to believe he came up with sex calls. It's like, dude, people have been doing that for years.
Yeah, I was doing it when I was 7 years old, man. And, fucking...
Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. I mean, listen, it'll be said now like, oh, you get people to come on and fucking bag me out like that and this and blah, blah, blah. And I don't have people that do that to you, but yeah, you do. Like, I've heard plenty of fucking things that I haven't even responded to. So, like, I've heard plenty of things from other people besides that I haven't even responded to and I'm not going to respond to. And it's like, whatever. But, listen, I'm not going to tell you, hey, man, you shouldn't speak your mind right now or you shouldn't say what you're saying. Like, you're a grown-ass man. And you take responsibility for the shit you say and do. So, and you always have, and if you feel that way, I know it's frustrating too. And I don't want people to get frustrated like this. I don't want to see you frustrated. I don't want to see anybody frustrated. Like, enough is enough. Enough is a fucking enough. It's the truth. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. You're
right. And you know what? Part of it's my fault, man. Part of it's my fault because I should have never dove back in, man. I should have never dove back in.
No, but you know what? I mean,
I got a text message. I got a text message early in the morning one morning, and I should have just left it at that. I should have just said, that should have been it right there. I should have known better. Should have known better.
Well, it's just fucking bullshit. I mean, like we're fucking 2,500 subs. You got 80 fucking thousand subs. Leave us the fuck alone. Go worry about your 80 fucking thousand subs. You keep complaining about the content not being other people are doing.
Oh, what the fuck is up with this fucking Skype, man? I try to answer a call and it just crashed. God damn. And it just crashes. All right, anyway, you guys can hear I lost the call. I tried to answer the call and it just went to shit on me. Hold on. This goddamn Skype. Goddamn Skype. I don't know what what the fuck is going on here. I can't answer nothing. This is weird.
I have no idea what happened, dude.
Yeah, I tried to answer a call and it just dropped out. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is up with it.
Because I was on a very fucking... I don't think anybody heard what I was fucking saying.
Oh, God.
Well, no, it was my thing. It was what we were talking about earlier. We got 2,500 subs on this channel. What the fuck are you doing worrying about a 2,500 sub channel? You got 80,000 subs on your channel. Why don't you worry about that instead of what people over here are doing? Maybe if you stop worrying about what other people are doing and actually focus on the shit that you've been doing, because you've been complaining for months that your content hasn't been in that great. So why don't you actually sit there and focus on your actual content and get people to actually come back and watch you some more, because your content is not that great you keep talking about?
Well, I didn't want to get into this all fucking night long and do this whole thing, you know, but I'm not going to like sit here and tell you not to talk about something or say what's on your mind. But with that said,
I'm done.
With that said,
With
that said, Dave Rose is on the call.
Well, I appreciate that Skype finally decided to shape up and let you take my call. First and foremost, this is not about bullying, okay? This is just people being honest. Johnny Sinister is very passionate about what he's talking about. That's perfectly cool. We all are. But again, we all deserve the right to be able to speak about this. But I really wanted to just call in to say, Ken, remember when Lucky was the one that approached me first? I was someone on the outs with Joe, but, well, you know, in and out. And you're, like, according to Lucky, you're the one that said to Lo, look, I love the how Dave talks conspiracy and stuff. Wouldn't it be great if we could get him on the show and just, like, talk and stuff? And he approached me and said, like, what do you think about this? And I was like, absolutely, I'm down. And you were initially gung-ho, and then you became hesitant. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And we sort of had issues about that later on. But, like, the thing is, though, you became hesitant. Why, though?
Because I don't want to, like, I try to not make it like I'm fucking copying or stepping on somebody's feet. And it's like, I've been doing this from day one. I've been doing it, like, and yet I get accused of it anyway.
Dude,
you know,
you've been tiptoeing and walking on eggshells long enough, and many people have. And the bottom line is that people should just do what they want. First and foremost, Alex Jones isn't going after fucking, Joe Cronin for doing Final Frontier News. Nor is he going after me for doing, all the different shows I've done and stuff. So, but the thing is, though, when you initially, wanted to do that on the Foul Mouse Network, which we initially did, but because of the pressure that you were getting from Cronin, me and Lo were like, we can't do this. We got to do this on our own channel. And that's eventually what happened. And you weren't pleased with it either because you wanted to be involved. But you eventually sort of recognized it was you that was being pressured into sort of rejecting what we were doing because it was viewed as copying, in quotations, what somebody, did previous to us, although it wasn't original at all.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not fair. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Is it's not fair to say, you're copying, so therefore I'm forcing you, Ken, to choose sides now. Your friend Lo or me, But
the fucked up thing of it all is, it's like, all right, if it was like one hand was washing the other and actually people were doing the right thing, it would be like, all right, you could deal with people's bullshit that they have and you can move past that professionally and stuff like that as a friend. But it's like, it's not even, you're not getting anything in return out of it. So what is the sense of trying to walk on eggshells or do the right thing for somebody when they don't give a fuck or appreciate it or even give a fuck? Like, honestly, I said today, I was still not doing certain bits and certain things on our programming because I still, even when I was fighting with him, did not want to make it look like I was copying or stepping on anybody's feet.
And people actually... We're asking you to do the sex calls.
They were constantly, man. I constantly was being asked to do that, and I let down so many people and didn't do it. And they're like, why won't you do this? And it was just like, because I don't want to fucking be perceived as
No,
like,
it's also respect, because you were showing respect to somebody that didn't necessarily return it, but you were showing respect and recognizing that although you could probably do a great job, you wanted to avoid that sort of situation, which speaks a lot more about your character than it does his.
Yeah, and it's just it's a shame that like it's like if you were getting met at least halfway with that, then it would be like, okay, it's all worth it to deal with it and to move past it, but it's not at this point. It's just and then like the whole fucking corrupted thing. Like we didn't even do an episode yet, and it was dangled in front of our nose, and it was said like 3 days after we shook hands and said, okay, let's do an episode together and see how it goes. 3 days afterwards, it was dangled in front of us and said, you know what? Fuck this. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. And then when I approached Joe and said, hey, what the fuck is the deal? Why are you flipping out and saying you're not doing this? It was, I'm just playing it up, man, for everybody. I'm just getting everybody, they were starting to catch on to it. I'm like, dude, catch on to it. I'm promoting it. Like, I thought that's what we were doing, promoting that we were going to be on the show. Like, so then why would you be going out there and saying, oh, I'm just, just trying to throw people off, buddy. I love you. Everything's great. Those are the conversations I was having. Everything's great, man. Nobody's dangling on. It's all good, bro. I was just doing it for just hamming it up. What? Makes no sense to me.
How do you get more views on your fucking paywall to see a show that literally... Because when you really think about it, that's really a slap in the face to all those people that wanted to see that episode happen.
Well, I wanted to also get into some shit in that episode as well. And if you really listen to that episode, you can hear that I was trying to bring up certain things and certain topics because I wanted to discuss certain things because it was still on my mind. And I thought, what better way to do it, what better place to do it than right then and there and on that show. And you know what? It got steered totally away from that. Why, I don't know. I have no clue why. I mean, I have my speculations on why it got steered away because I think that it would have been like maybe teaming up me and Filthy, talking about it from our point of view, and it's like a 2-on-1 thing. I could understand that. Or maybe it was perceived as like, oh, God, like, God forbid they bring up these great points and really point out what really happened, and then I look like a fucking idiot, so it wasn't brought up on. But who knows what the fucking case is? All I know is it's been one clusterfuck. And that's a shame because a lot of people wanted to see it happen. And a lot of people wanted to see it continue to happen. But you know what? I'm sorry to those people. I apologize. I tried my best. I tried my fucking best. I really swear to God I did. I swear to God I did. You could ask Dave Rose. You could ask him. He could show you fucking DMs. Did I come to you once, Dave Rose, and talk shit behind Cronin's back or dog him out? Haven't I tried to avoid saying or doing anything wrong about this guy, especially in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks that I've been trying to do this shit and get corrupted going? Like, I'll be honest. Yeah. I went to Cronin and I complained about something that I heard Dave Rose say, right? And I'll be honest about it. I heard a clip from Dave Rose and it said something like, and I'll probably quote this wrong, but it said something like, that's what I'll do. I'll take food out of your kid's plate. And then I heard him say his son's name, and I heard him say, hey, so-and-so, sorry, you're not going to be able to eat today because I'm going to take money off your plate or something like that. And that's the only part of the clip that I heard. And when I heard it, I was like, what the fuck?
Like, I said that?
Well, it was something, it was something like in those lines of like, I'm going to take food off of your plate. Hey, what's his son's name again?
Which one?
I forgot. The one with the D or something in the name? Gavin. Okay, maybe it was that one.
Or Finn?
No, I guess it was the first one you just said. And you were saying that, and you were like, I'm going to take food off your plate. Nope, sorry, you're not going to be able to eat that this week because I'm taking food off your plate, right? So I heard that clip. That was sent to me by somebody. I think we all know who it was.
Sounds like a very drunk Dave.
But so listen.
But I'd love to hear that clip. That sounds...
But Dave, listen to the punchline.
I like that, Dave.
Listen to the punchline to this. I heard that and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is he saying? And it was like, oh my God. So when I spoke to Cronin, I was like, yeah, I heard that clip, man, and it's fucked up. But then I heard the full clip. And I heard that you were kidding around and you made an analogy right before you even said what you said. And then when I heard the full clip on my own, when I went and did my own investigation and listened to the show myself instead of just getting a clip, I heard the full thing. And I said, okay, I can't really Okay, it wasn't done like that. It was done like saying, do I do these things? Like come into your house and take food off. Hey, Finn, you're not going to be able to eat tonight because I'm taking, you know what I mean? It was like that. And it wasn't like I originally heard. So I that came over my mind. And hold on one second. We got a donation coming in from GMTA Entertainment. GMTA Entertainment. What's up, Bubby? Let me hear this real quick. I can't hear shit right now.
Joe was skipping over questions on that corrupted episode. If it had anything to do about you guys or real talk, he skipped it.
Yeah, listen, like I said, if you go back and listen to that episode, you'll hear certain points where I was like, like trying to bring up certain things because I did want to talk about them. And whether I was held in wrong, whether it came out that I was wrong about certain situations or Joe was wrong about certain situations, I was willing to sit there and apologize and bring up every negative thing that I did and bring up the negative things that he did and the negative shit that surrounded us, splitting up the corrupted podcast to begin with. So I thought that that's the direction we were going in that night. And I also said to Joe before we went live, I said, everything on the table, anything goes with a question mark. And I never got an answer back on that. So, you put two and two together and it's like, I'm not going to sit here and throw accusations out, but I speculate in my mind. And it could be only two reasons why we didn't touch on certain things. And, whatever. He don't want to do that. That's fine. Why did you contact me in the first place?
Now,
why?
Ken, I do want to say, though, is that, again, I didn't, remember that clip that you were talking about. And, again, it doesn't really sound like me because I wouldn't do that, or at least, in a normal state, I guess I wouldn't.
No, but you were saying it jokingly,
even
though.
Even as a drunk, I would.
You were saying it jokingly.
The kids thing, I just wouldn't bring it in. But it makes sense, though, because you revealed it. It's like you got the whole clip, and you're like, hold on. Like, it was clearly clipped out to make Dave sound bad.
Yeah.
But, Ken, you've got to admit, this is not the first time, especially from Cronin, getting a sound clip that's taken out of context, haven't you?
No, wait, what do you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, as in, there's been times where you've been sent an audio clip, right?
Yeah.
By Cronin or by other people, and it sounds a certain way, but then when you hear the whole context of the situation, it's just like, well, why is it being clipped this way? It makes it sound totally different.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got to say, I have heard a million clips that have been clipped a certain way. I've done it myself. But Cronin never really sent me any clips of you or anybody else. I just want to make that clear before he hears this and says something about it. I never really ever got clips from him. Or he never really talks to me about other people either. He sits there and he says, I'm sick and tired of people coming to me and complaining about other people and then doing shows with them. And it's like, you do the same shit, Joe. So stop. You do the same shit. You complain about people. You complain about YR and how big of a scumbag he is, but you did a show with him. You know what I mean? Like 2 weeks before that. And then you sit there and question how other people can collaborate.
I've noticed he's been very selective with what he reveals. And then when you look at the bigger picture, he'll take clips of me out of context, but he won't debate me on certain things. So it's clear that, he's done this before and he'll continue to do it, but he will sort of, again, take a portion of an argument and make it look like he's in, the superior, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but all this fucking clipping bullshit and all that, seriously.
Yeah, but you know what? It works. It works because I got news for you. As much as some people could sit there and say, I don't let the clips bother me and I don't let the clips do this to me and do that to me. Bull fucking shit. The clips have it has every reason to do with a lot of the situations that happen in this community. And people could sit there and tell you, no, I don't pay attention to stuff and I get clips and blah, blah, blah. But that's bullshit because they pay attention to everything, just like we all do. Okay? Just like we all do. There's very small amount of people who don't pay attention to shit. Filthy, he doesn't pay attention to dick. Not a goddamn thing, right? But I don't know too many people like him. My cousin Chris, he don't pay attention to a goddamn thing either, right? Because they're not fully vested in it. You know what I mean? They're not fully invested into this community and what's going on and all that, right? But don't think for a second that people out there that are fully vested in this community and have been around and are in chat rooms and all this and that don't see everything. Okay? We all eventually catch on to everything that's done or said in this community. It might be a couple of days after most people find out, but everybody catches on.
Or it's the birdies fucking letting you know.
Yeah, and there's plenty of those going around. You know what I mean? The birdies are always going to be out there, but that's part of the whole fucking thing. You know, these birdies are always going to be there. You're always going to get clips. You're always going to get, you know, it's always going to happen. You know, all I know is after tonight, you know, I'm moving forward with what I'm doing, and I'm not going to pay attention to bullshit, or even if something's said about me, I'm not paying attention to it. I'm just moving forward. I got the show coming up with Famous B. We're going to do on Sundays. Me and Gorilla Strong. Gorilla Strong said he's going to do some shit. I'm talking to other people too, trying to get as much shit as I can get going on the Patreon and on regular shows, and really put a lot into this after the COVID shit has been over. And the COVID shit fucked up so many things, like every facet of a lot of lives, man. So, but I don't want to sit here and complain like I'm the only one that's affected by this shit, because everybody is. So it's like, but it fucked up a lot of things, like even on the channel and my job and this and that. And like, it's just been crazy the last 2-3 months, man. Fucking insane, you know? And I was saying before, it all started out good. Like when this COVID shit first hit, people were collaborating, having fun. People were like, yo, man, I just want to have fun. Fuck the drama. Fuck all this bullshit. Let's just go on and have some fun and talk about things. And, you know, and people were doing that in the beginning. There was like, it was really a cool thing. And then it went to shit.
Yeah.
It went to fucking shit real quick. I don't know how or where. It seemed like it started as soon as I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's, you know, he contacted me. I'm glad he did. You know, like I'm willing to make this work. I want to make it work. Let's go do some podcasts and have some fun and like, you know, fucking have some fun. But then it's like you have fun on the podcast and then an hour later it's like a problem. You know, it's like it's always going to be like that no matter what. So that's the conclusion I came to, and that's it. After tonight, I'm not saying shit about it, probably for the longest time, if not ever again. Fuck it. I'm just done. I spoke to Filthy today, and he was like, yeah, fuck it. So just Saturday nights, we'll do our own thing still, and that's it. So Saturday nights, we'll take the show later than we normally do because we have hours to go into now. And so if we're not doing Corrupted or anything like that, we'll just make the show longer on Saturdays. Fuck it.
Hey, it works.
You know,
for me.
like we were doing for months. That's what we were doing for fucking, like for months. When we left over there and we started doing our own shit, I mean, it was a good like 4 or 5 months, man. We were just doing our own thing. There was no arguments. There was nothing. Nothing.
Well, you could split it up so that the first half is on YouTube and the second half is on your Patreon.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
You're copying.
Oh,
I know.
God.
It's like you do a fucking. It's like whatever, man. I'm just so fucking just whatever at this point.
Oh, look, I went live. I'm copying.
You know what it seems like? It seems like if you want to work with him, you have to like drop every single thing you're doing and just concentrate on what's going on there. And if you don't, then it's like I don't want to work with you then, man. You know? It's like if you're not going to give me your full 100%.
Well, that doesn't work because then you're waiting on call. You know, you do all this stuff for him, and you're waiting on call. You know, for him to finally come around. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep, or I forgot, or some other excuse.
I can't believe, man. Like, yo, this time there's so many fucking people that just like see shit for what it is, man. I'm like, I don't want to laugh, but man, goddamn, so many people see it for what it is right now. I don't need to say a word anymore, man. Honestly, I don't need to say shit anymore, dude. It's all out there. It's all out there. People know what's what, man. I don't need to say anything anymore. Tonight is the last night I'll be saying anything about this. Trust me, people. For those of you out there that don't want to hear it no more, don't worry. You won't hear it after tonight because I don't need to say shit. Even if something's said about me, I'm not going to say anything anymore. That's it. After tonight, it's moving on.
To be honest, I hope not, Ken, because in the past you have sort of fallen towards a very immature manner.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've gone off, and I would hope that you would just ignore these people and just move on and do your thing because, as many people said earlier on your stream today, it's just you are talented enough to run your own show solo. When you get, you know, select number of people in the call, you can run a good show as well, and you know you can talk.
Dude, I got it. Dude, I got an emergency, man. Oh fuck, man, I got an emergency, guys. My mother. Fuck, I gotta go.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I gotta go. Something's wrong with my mother, guys. I gotta go.